Good afternoon all. Welcome to today's sessions of materials management. Today we'll be discussing unit 9, that is codification and standardization of materials. Let us take a company, Varroc, V-A-R-R-O-C. This company, it designs, manufacture and supply exterior lighting systems, plastic and polymer components, electronics components and precision metallic components to passenger car, commercial vehicle, two-wheeler, three-wheeler and off-highway vehicle. That means it is original equipment manufacturer to almost all segments of automobile, two-wheeler, three-wheeler, passenger vehicle, commercial vehicle, off-highway vehicle. Off-highway vehicle means your agriculture, JCB, etc. And in fact, for Bajaj, it is 100% OE. It has presence in 8 countries. It has 36 manufacturing facilities throughout the world. And its employee strength is more than 7,000. It has close to 100 patents and 7 technical centers. And it is revenue is 842 million US dollar. And the CEO is Mr. Tarang Jain. Actually, his mother's brother is Rahul Bajaj. So this is about Varroc company. So as we know, it manufactures, designs, manufactures spare parts, mainly electrics items. So it is OEM for two-wheelers, passenger cars, commercial and other things. You can see all the OEM manufacturers, they purchase from Varroc. So let us take one example. This is Varroc Engineering Limited. This is producing blinker for Splendor, right? The part number is BLKR-SPLP-HH11U. So this BLKR means BLKR for blinker. This is blinker, right? Okay. Next, this SPLP is for Splendor, Hero Honda Splendor. HH, this HH for Hero Honda. 11, this 11 is company code, Varroc code, and U for universal. That means this can be fitted in front left, front right, rear left, and rear right. So this part number is unique. So this is a standard part number. So this is the codification. That means if you tell this BLKR SPLP HH11U, then the company will understand this is a product for blinker, for Hero Honda Splendor, and it is universal, right? And the manufacturer OE for this also, the OEM also, they will tell also this. Suppose they require this material, they will ask for this. And for replacement market also, as we know, the tier 1 manufacturer, they supply to OEM as well as replacement market. So a distributor will ask in this part number. Right? So this is the case of codification. Next is Innova product. The part number is HLU-INVA-72T3UL. HLU stands for headlight unit. This is headlight unit. HLU is headlight unit. INVA for Innova. 72T3. 72 is company code and T3 is the model. Innova model. T3 is the Innova model. And UL is upgraded. Left. So this is headlight unit for Innova, T3 model and upgraded left. To introduce this codification, see, with an increase in industrial growth and demand of industrial products, the concept of material management has gained importance. In our earlier classes, we have seen the importance of materials management because the cost, the material cost is around 80%. It has a significant cost, and this cost is your working capital. So management of working capital, management of materials management has a significant impact on the profitability of the company. The need for storage, warehousing and inventory management is of immense importance for efficient production and cost reduction. These days, organizations require a large number of items which differ in value, volume, size, cost and usage. Because now lot of varieties are available for customer and the customer also have varieties of choice. Earlier, if you see Ford Motor, when they have introduced the black car, T model car, they were manufacturing only one type of car and that too only black car, right? But now there are various models and various companies, various models. So people want mileage, people want safety, people want aesthetic, etc., etc. So it differs, value differs, volume, size, cost and usage. So the basic requirement before storage and inventory management is to identify these products. The most common practice is to identify these products by their names, which may differ from department to department in an organization as per their use and place of storage. That means one department may call a product as something, other department may call a product as another thing. So there might be confusion. जैसे होता है, suppose your name is Rajkumar, your nickname is Raju. Your mother used to tell you as Raja, right? So your friends used to tell at Raja Babu or something. But there might be confusion. So we want a single name. So we want a single code for a product. So one of the most important concept of material management is a rationalized codification system for proper classification of materials, components, equipments and spare parts as per the need of organizations. Suppose indicator. Indicator means actually this is blinker, but some people, garage people, they used to call it as indicator. And again, some people, this is shock absorber. People, garage people will tell that this is shocker. That आप shocker ले आइए इसका aviator और इसका shocker ले आइए. Pati, these things, these local people, this conductor or driver in garage, they will call it as pati. But actually this is the suspension for heavy vehicles. So that means different people, they name the same product differently. But you need standard code. So that is the importance of coding. So there should be no confusion. And then coming to classification, when there are numerous items handled by an organization, their planning and coordination becomes extremely difficult if each one of them is handled separately. So classification of materials involves grouping of items according to some criteria. For examples, in our domestic, in our home, we classify the articles into clothes, kitchenware, electric appliances, electronics gadgets, furniture, professional articles, entertainment articles, groceries, consumables, non-consumables, etc., etc. So it is easy to see that an item may belong to more than one class depending on the criteria used. For example, a radio set is an electronic gadget as well as a non-consumable and entertainment article. Next, coming to the objective of classification. Here, to devise procedures of planning and control for materials in a class. So we'll have a proper procedure. We'll develop a proper procedures. To devise purchase procedures, inspection methods, and storing and issuing procedures common to all materials in a class. To devise accounting and evaluation procedures common to all material in a class. So obviously the concentration of effort according to class system would be more difficult, more efficient and effective as compared to diluted effort corresponding to each individual item. Then we'll see the major classification. First, on the basis of nature of materials. First is raw materials. All those materials, raw materials means, suppose for a manufacturing unit, raw material comes in, finished products goes out. So raw material we purchase from supplier. So all those materials which are purchased from the original producer or other manufacturers and are used directly in producing the finished product. For example, cotton and yarn are raw materials for cotton textile mills for the help in producing the final product, cloth, that is cloth. From where we purchase cotton? Cotton is purchased from cotton grower. These are the cotton growers. Where an yarn is purchased from other manufacturer, that is spinners. From here we get yarn. So the product in one trade may become the raw material for the other trade. That means here the final product is yarn and that is the one of the raw material for textile industry. Like we have discussed, say MRF, tire manufacturing company, raw material is the input, tire is the output. This output comes to Maruti as one of the components or input. Then we have machinery and equipment. So all the machinery, both power and hand driven, such as presses, lathe machines, typewriters, electric motors, fans, other machines used in production and other department is classified as such. Tools also come under this category and they are issued on loan basis to the various departments for a definite period, generally till their lifetime. Suppose each department, they don't need special tool. Some special tools are kept in one place. So according to the usage, department used to get them in loan. So this is a lathe machine, typewriters. This is coming under machinery and equipment. Next is consumable items. As we know, those materials used in the manufacturing process which cannot be used for the second time for the same purpose, since their utility for the purpose in question has ceased and the shape change are referred as consumable items. For example, coal, coke, mineral oil, lubricants, cotton, waste, paints, varnishes, oxygen, stationery items like pencil, paper, carbon paper, ink, etc. are few examples of consumable items. You see, this is coal or coke. This is one of the consumable items. It is required in steel making, steel plant. Next is chemical. So chemicals are the substances obtained after undergoing certain process in chemistry according to a formula devised for the purpose may be known as chemicals. So they should be stored, preserved and issued very cautiously after a careful scrutiny and proper analysis, since their use involves risk even to life. Items like carbide, acids, etc. can be classified under this. If you remember, you might be knowing the Bhopal gas tragedy. It was, the tragedy was December 3rd December 1984. The chemical, the gas called methyl isocyanate, it was leaked from the company called Union Carbide plant. Right? The death was around 10,000 deaths, and additional some 25,000 also they died due to some related other injuries. It was in Bhopal. So this is the importance of chemicals and gas. So it has to be preserved very carefully. Next is inflammable items. Items highly susceptible to fire, such as petrol, kerosene, films, dopes and paints fall under this category. Due to their hazardous nature, they are generally stored as far away as possible from the main building with complete firefighting arrangements standing by. Next is fuel stock. These are also consumable items, but there is a slight difference between the two in respect of their usage. When an item is directly used for production and is a fuel for the furnace, oven, etc., it is called fuel stock. Directly it is used in furnace or oven. Coal is a fuel stock, but it is also a raw material for an iron and steel industry. Next is furniture. Furniture, as you know, movable contents of a house or a room like chairs, tables, almirahs, benches, stools, etc. are furniture items. Scrap materials, because on the expiry of life of a particular item, this residue is called scrap, जिसको हम कबाड़ी वाला को बेच देते हैं. So kabadis are the best purchaser of scrap in the country. Next is packaging materials. So this includes all kinds of wrapping materials such as paper wood carving, sawdust, straw, etc. Containers like boxes, crates, drums and bottles. Protective coatings such as wax, grease, as also plastic cans, bags, etc. So these are all packing materials. So these are all kerosene, petrol or diesel carrying in a tanker. These are the scrap materials, kawadiwala. Next is general items. And this category includes all those items which do not fall under any of the above categories as we have discussed. Although not directly linked with the production processes, are required for day-to-day smooth and efficient running of the enterprises. Like cleaning materials like soap, brooms, uniforms for the staff, stationaries, and all other items of general use are handled in general store department. Then we'll see codification, the procedure for codification. Codification helps in bringing uniformity. This is important, bringing uniformity and reducing ambiguity in identifying and storing products. Because as we have discussed, the same product is used in many departments and across suppliers also, manufacturers also. So uniformity is important and it reduces ambiguity in identifying and storing products. It also helps in quickening the procurement of the product, simplifying classification of products, reduces effort and time involved in identifying items as well as mechanization of process. In practice, codes usually allocated as per the metric system. It should be uniform as far as possible with respect to metric system. They should be simple and unique. Codification should be simple and unique. It should also be compact and consistent and easy to modify as per the use in future. So there are some features of a code. Easy of identifying commodity, obviously, then name of the item. Next, specify and classify items. Indicate source of raw materials and the origin. Specify interrelationship between the items, transaction details, and processing systems. For example, take the example of a tire specification. The code number is P205/55R1691S. Now we'll see what is this. The first is P. P is service type. P stands for passenger, right? So whether it is passenger or light truck, etc. So this is P. Next is width. Width in millimeters. This is the width. Tire width. Width in millimeter. Right? So this is suppose 235. 235 is the millimeter. Here 205 is the millimeter width. Then this 50. This is the aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is this width divided by height. Rim diameter. So width divided by height is the aspect ratio. Next you have radial. R for radial. If it is not radial, then R will not be mentioned. Then this is the rim diameter. Rim diameter. Rim diameter. Then this is the S is for speed rating. Right? So this is the width. First is the width. Second is this. Third is R for radial. Fourth is ring diameter. Then coming to an industrial pump. It is used in steel plant. It is a 10-digit number. First 2 digit, it represents the main group, that is pump. So first 2 groups, you know that this is pump, whether it is pump or compressors or other things. So first 2 digits are pump. Next 2 digits are subgroup. That means pump is the group under subgroup. So subgroup might be dynamic, might be positive displacement, etc. So first 2s are main group, then 2 are subgroup. Third 2 digits are subgroups. Suppose it is submersive, then submersive under dynamic type. So main group, subgroup, subgroup. So 2, 2, 2, 6 over. Last 4 digits, say ABCD, last 4, it corresponds the running serial under subgroup category. Okay. So this is the examples of codification. Then types of codifications. So this is important. The main use of codification is to uniquely identify each item. It is helpful in requisition, placing orders, receiving items from the supplier, and controlling inventory levels. Codification also helps in controlling losses, checking deterioration and pilferage. With unique identification, controlling inventory and adopting techniques of materials management is not effective. Codification has a various advantages, but the base for codification depends upon the user, use of codification, extent of artificial intelligence or mechanisms. There are different methods or systems of coding. One is alphabetical. Alphabetical means ABCD, you divide the items ABCD. Then is mnemonic. Suppose BB for ball bearing, C for compressors, mnemonic. Numerical 1, 2, 3, 4. Then decimal 20.10 for one item, 20.11 for one item. Alphanumeric 11 SPL, 12 SPL, alphanumeric. Then color code. According to these mainly the gases and all pipelines, you have different color for to carry different gas. We have seen also, you might have seen in medicals or some hospitals, different oxygens and other for different colors. We'll see in details. First is alphabetical codification. This is the code, this is the description. Suppose A for raw material, B for tools and gauges, C spare parts, D capital stores, E general supplies, F finished products. So this is alphabetical. Suppose the item code number starts from D means we know that this is capital stores. F means this is finished products. A means raw materials. Okay. Next is mnemonic codification. That is for suppose BB means ball bearing. CS means capital store. SB, S stands for steel, B stands for bolt. SB means steel bolts. WSN, windscreen wiper. So this is mnemonic classification. So in doctor's prescription, we have seen mnemonic classifications like suppose S for systolic blood pressure, right? A for albumin, R for reciprocatory rate, O for oxygen saturation level and all. P is the pH. So this is for medical mnemonics, doctors use. Next is numerical codification. Suppose 0 for raw material, 6 for finished goods, right? 4 for scrap. Codification of a raw material, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 is raw material. So suppose here 0 is raw material. So this first represents raw material. Second represents generic group. Suppose it is alumina or manganese, etc. This is second. Third two represents subgeneric groups. It is fused magnesium or fire clay, etc. Last two digits running serial number. So this is your numerical. If we remember the pump example in a steel plant, this 10 digits. So this is numerical codification. Next is alpha numeric. Suppose plywood 1/4 inch, 1 grade, PW 141. PW stands for plywood. 141 means 1/4 first grade. Right? PW 1:1. PW for plywood. 1:1 means 1/2 inches. Half inches and first grade, 1 grade. So this is alphanumeric. Like if I see in our suppose headlight unit for Innova for these Bisworoop products, they use alphanumeric. Then you have decimal codification. Decimal means suppose metal 2.00, aluminum 2.01, zinc 2.02, lead 2.03, nickel 2.04, etc. Then color. Suppose for green, iron, blue, steel, white, zinc, etc. So here pipe making, we have color chart. Hydrogen is yellow, so it is flammable. So it is black on yellow. Acetic acid is this coffee color type. Then nitric acid is a toxic, corrosive material. So it is orange, black on orange. Fire water, so fire quenching and all. So it is white on red. Then boiled water, white on green color. Nitrogen, compressed air, white on blue. So this is the color coding. In electric also, they use different wires for different purpose. Next is the barcode inventory process. We have experienced this barcode, scanning the materials and all. If you go to a mall, any means a small size mall or some big kirana store also, they are using this barcode, QR scanning. All of us are paying money in QR scannings and all. So what is the barcode? A barcode is a method of representing data in a visual, machine readable form. So that means it is a method of representing data in a visual, machine readable form. Suppose you read the barcode in a scanner, so it will have all the details, right? The SKU type and its origin, item number, price, etc. If discount, if any. So it is invented by N.J. Woodland and B. Silver and patented in United States of America in 1952. And it was based on Morse code. Barcodes assist in tracking inventory, setting safety stocks, checking reorder points, determining economic order quantity, and starting a perpetual inventory system. For barcode inventory management, there is a need to select for the organizations. It differs from organizations to organizations. For instance, it can be order fulfillment, it can be speedy delivery, it can be accounting, it can be theft protections, and so on. There is also a need for having required software and hardware for managing the barcode. You need software as well as hardware. So if you see this is a printer which generates barcodes and all. So this is the procedure for barcode. First is products arrive at warehouse. Purchased, we receive the products. Okay. Then purchase order, invoice is received. Then we entering of information in computerized systems. We entry all the materials which arrived. Then system generates barcodes. There is some software, so it generates barcodes. Next, printing of barcode. This is a printer for barcode. So now we have printing is done. Now we have to paste. So pasting of barcode on each item, on each SKU, on each product, we will paste the exact barcode. Then scanning the barcode with help of a scanner. Then requirement received from various stakeholders. People order these items. Now they pick the items based on the barcode. Suppose we are giving order in Amazon or Flipkart. Suppose we give a order, so particular this barcode, where it is available in the warehouse, where is the location, that will come. This some robots also are there, we'll see. So it will come, so exactly that material will come. So picking items based on barcodes. Next, scanning the product. So system gets automatically updated and removes the item from stock. Then product is delivered to the required department. So this is the barcode. There are various types of barcodes. This is one type of barcode. This is another QR type of barcodes. And also there are metrics. Now, if you see this barcode, these first three numbers, they represents country code 460. Next three numbers, manufacturer code. Country code, manufacturer code. Next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the product code. Serial number, running serial number. And last one is the check digit. This is the scanner. This is the barcode. With the help of the scanner, we scan the materials and we get all the information. So these scanners, printers and all these are the hardware, and other softwares are required. So what are the steps for devising a barcode for a business? Just one. First, we have to select the barcode. Depends on the requirement, industry and product. Suppose universal product code is this, or you have QR, like this is QR code or word matrix code. There are different types of codes. Next is barcode requirements. Category for which it is required, like raw materials, finished goods, item for resale, packing, maintenance, repair and upper MRO supplies, etc. Next is barcode information. It includes description of items, its names, color, size, category, cost, etc. And the store location also, exact store location. Then we need some software and hardware. So the scanners for barcode can be wireless, portable or fixed. So this is a portable, right? Implementing barcode processes. Define the use of barcodes, the location of items. It is also important to identify key performance indicators and train employees. You have to train employees. Now we'll see the role of technology in boosting MSME's ability to handle supply chain volatility. This is an interesting and important subject. MSME stands for micro, small, medium enterprises. We have a government department, government of MSME, micro, small, medium enterprises. That means all industry we see apart from large scale industry is coming under this MSME. So what is supply chain? We'll see the supply chain effect, role of technology. Supply chain, as we know, it is the most critical function of any organization. Supply chain means it starts from supplier, ends with customer. So this is the link, this is the chain. Supply chain management is the most critical functions of any organizations and includes an entire host of activities starting from acquisition of raw materials, manufacturing, inventory management, distributing to warehouses, and shipping of finished goods. Supply chain management plays a major role in ensuring customer satisfaction, reduce optimization, waste elimination, and building up a sustainable business. So you can see the importance of supply chain management. Please refer to pandemic. In pandemic, many organizations, they affect affected due to the supply chain crisis in the supply chain. So post-pandemic, many companies have adopted supply chain management software of inventory control software to address the volatilities in their supply chains. For example, let us take an example. And this is Lal Path Labs, Dr. Lal Path Labs. It is the India's leading and most reputed diagnostic chain. Any city you find this Lal Path Labs diagnostic center. The company has migrated from localized procurement. Earlier, they used to, suppose every city they have a unit. So they used to purchase from local vendors. Right. Suppose there are thousands of Lal Path Labs units. So thousands of units they procure from thousands of suppliers. So there are chances for not standardized materials, uniformity of materials. So the company has migrated from localized procurement to centralized procurement of various testing consumables. The software keeps a tab of the inventory levels of each SKU at each center on a daily basis and aggregate them centrally. The software collects the data of all centers, 1,000 number of centers, suppose for a particular stock keeping unit, for each item, what is the requirement. Then they purchase accordingly and they distribute accordingly. So it computes the daily average use of the consumables and provides the company with the net figure, each of the item, each of the SKU that needs to be ordered to keep the desired inventory level. So we can have standard item so that quality is maintained. Same quality is maintained throughout the India. Next is RFID. RFID stands for radio frequency identification and barcode technology. These are being used extensively for inventory management, tracking vehicle, route tracking, and logistics. Example, courier companies and logistic department of e-com portals use this technology to track inventory, shipment, and delivery of goods. Let us take the example of India Post, this figure, extreme right, top right. This is the consignment number. Suppose you book a speed post, this is the consignment number, and you go to the app or you go to the tracking, India Post tracking, and you put the consignment number, it will tell you the records from which station, when it has booked, and so on. So you track this. Next, coming to this is RFID. This is a RFID reader. This is a database. So this is RFID tag you chip. This you attach to, suppose the product, any product. So it reads, RFID reader reads and it sends to the database. So you know exactly the location. In some cases, suppose earlier materials will be there in the warehouse, but you cannot able to find. Right? But if it is a RFID tag, it can easily, one can know that where is the unit, because it sends the signal, it received by RFID reader, and it gives to the database. So warehouse drones are being used to deliver goods to the end customer. To cut human intervention, robots with the digitized maps of the centers and guided by sensors are being used in warehouses to locate, palletize, and transport items. So this is we have taken from Amazon warehouse. This is the robot. It comes and takes the particular item. This is the robot from warehouse. Similarly, drones with high resolution camera GPS tracker, barcode reader, etc. are being used to deliver products. So this is the drone. So customer wants the product. So that specific product the robot takes from the warehouse. Then they send through drones and it can deliver to the exact location. So this is the advantage of, and Amazon is started doing all these things. Next is cloud computing. It has given companies the ability to process big data. Cloud provides a business with the services and resources it demands. So the business doesn't have to build, own, maintain, or spend on the infrastructure. With growing customer demands, companies need to store data, mine and analyze data to make their offerings a good match for the customers. This is aided by various cloud platforms. The best example is Netflix. Netflix uses AWS. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. Suppose we subscribe to Netflix. So what we do, if we subscribe to Netflix, we can access thousands of films from n number of languages, countries. From where we get, that is from the cloud. They are stored in a big storage unit. So you have subscribed means you have access for a specific period. That means it is not stored in your machine. It is stored somewhere, but if you pay money, you can access it. Right? Other people are also doing. You can store money. You don't have to pay. But when you retrieve these things, you need to pay. Right? So this is Amazon Web Services, AWS. This is for cloud computing for Amazon. Next is AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence. Accidents during shipments of goods is one of the main causes of volatility in supply chain. So cameras and sensors are used to minimize this by adopting AI. Again, Amazon also is using this. Next, we'll see standardization. We'll study standardization. So before that, we have a small case. Still, you might have known that SAIL stands for SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. There are these 5 integrated steel plants under SAIL. One is Bhilai Steel Plant, Chhattisgarh, DSP, Durgapur Steel Plant, West Bengal, RSP, Rourkela Steel Plant, Odisha, Bokaro Steel Plant, Jharkhand, and ISCO Steel Plant, West Bengal. Right? So these are 5 plus this Jamshedpur. Why you see all steel plants are located here? Here in India, industries, iron and steel plants, major steel plants here and one is here. Right? Because as we know, for steel, the main raw material required is iron ore and coal. If you refer to our last class, ABC classification, A items in steel plant, A items, that means 20% of the item constitutes 80% of the value. That means this iron ore and coal. You see this figure. Iron ore mines in India, it is concentrated here and here. Mainly iron ore is concentrated here. And coal mines, also it is concentrated here. Right? So that is the reason, because due to availability of iron ore and coal, you have steel plants here. Okay. So SAIL have measured these steel plants here in this area. So they adopted unique codification systems. So suppose DSP means Durgapur Steel Plant. Suppose Durgapur Steel Plant have an urgent requirement of a motor and it is seen in the inventory of Rourkela Steel Plant. Then Durgapur Steel Plant can take that motor from RSP on loan basis. This is the beauty of UCS, Unique Codification System. So how it is possible? One is codification, standard code, and another is standardization. That means standard product is used in all departments. Right? Then coming to standardization. Suppose you take the example of a telephone charger. It should be a standardized product, because suppose every manufacturing company, if they have their separate charger means, so customer will face difficulties. So in production processes across industries these days, there is requirement of adhering to uniformity of parts, materials, components and spares so that they can be interchanged and used. So producing standard products reduces production cost and also enables production at a mass product scale. Because if you produce standardized product means you can have capacity utilization, mass production. So in standardization, all products made to a given specification will be alike and interchangeable. For example, suppose light bulbs are good examples of standardization. The sockets and weightages are suppose 40, 60 and 100 are standardized, and light bulbs are interchangeable. Any company you can interchange. You take men's shirts are made of a range of standard collar size. Collar size are standard, irrespective of the size. If it is 38 or 42, the collar size is same, standardized. Standard collar size and sleeve length. Sleeve length is also same. So nearly every can be fitted. So all the shirts manufacturer use the same standards, so the consumer can get the same size of shirts from any manufacturer and expect it to fit. Another aspect of standardization is the way parts fit together. If the design of assemblies are standardized, so various models are assembled in the same way, then mass production is possible. For example, say several different models of a car can be assembled in the same assembly line. In Grand Vitara, we have seen there are more than 50 variants, right? But this can be assembled in the same assembly line. So important characteristics, it enables mass production by simplifying the reach of all items of every department. It helps in manufacturing products of standard sizes. The concept also focuses on manufacturing maximum volume through minimum variety. Maximum volume through minimum variety. Standardization, objective of standardization. It establishes standards in terms of quality, quantity, performance, which can be measured. So this is the example of mass production. Then coming to advantages of standardization, it requires less specification and it helps in preparing more designs. Better utilization of resources, fewer mistakes in designing, lower unit cost, better quality, control over production, processes and cost, effective utilization of human resources, ease of automation, because you have same standard product means you can have automation, less intervention of human resources and mechanization, greater sales and higher profit margin, easy availability of spares, standard product, standard spares, quick and accurate delivery, better storage and locational advantage. So what is standardization? It is the process of establishing the set of norms to which specified set of characteristics of a component or a product should conform. Example, standardizing the shaft consisting specifying the set of shaft diameters and materials. Suppose this is, you see, this is the picture of nut and bolt. So if a company uses standardized nut and bolts, then it is easier for company. Next is the advantages of standardization at 4T model. The 4T model is an automobile that was produced by the Ford Motor Company from 1908 to 1927. It is generally regarded as the first mass affordable automobile, which made the car travel available to middle class Americans. The price is relatively low. The saving from mass, it is due to mass production. The saving from mass production allowed the price to decline from 1910 it was $780 American and 1924 it is $290. This significant reduction is due to the standardized product and mass production. So this is the model. Then what are the disadvantages? Changing demand patterns and consumer choices may impact sales or standardized products. Suppose today Ford will tell that I will manufacture only one variety of car, and that too one color. So earlier there was a famous quote. Henry Ford has told that people can have the Model T in any color so long as it is black. That means from starting they were manufacturing only black car because demand was there. People didn't ask for varieties at all. There was no varieties available. Nowadays, if somebody is buying a car means he or she will see the mileage, then the safety, then the brand, etc., etc. Right? Choices are there. So changing demand patterns and consumer choices may impact sales of standardized products. People want customized product, right? People have money also. All the celebrities and all, they wear customized product. They don't wear standardized products and all. So it is limited choice due to reduced variety, thus resulting in losses. Less flexibility in producing new models due to standardization and specializations of production. There are obstacles to change and trend to favor big companies. Ease of holding stocks, quality control and inspection. This is a case. Electric vehicle fire incidents. BIS formulates standard EV vehicle. Electric vehicle adoption in India has been on the rise, with sales growing by 82% in March 2023 compared to the previous year. Overall sales increased by 157% from 2022 to 2023. From 2010 to June 2023, EV fire safe recorded 393 verified passenger EV battery fires across the world, including India. There are many incidents of this fire. An electric vehicle catching fire is mostly caused by excessive heating. BIS mentions that the standard have been released and test specifications for lithium-ion traction battery packs and system performance testing for electrically propelled road vehicles. The DRDO, the Defense Research and Development Organizations, which had been taken the investigation of these electric two-wheeler fire incidents by the Union Road Transport Ministry, and also in this case, Tata Nexon has found serious defects in the batteries. As per the report of DRDO, these defects occurred because of the electric two-wheeler manufacturers may have used low-graded materials to cut cost. That means the manufacturers, for cutting down the cost, they used low grade materials for battery. So DRDO reports finds serious battery defects in EV vehicle. That means these were not standardized earlier. Now BSI has given standardization. Then classification. Next is simplification. It is the process of making something easier to do or make. It seeks to cut out waste by getting rid of needless product varieties, sizes, and types. The emphasis is not in cutting out products simply to reduce variety, but to remove unnecessary products and variations. For example, use of a snap-on plastic cap instead of a screw cap. You see this bottle, this is a snap cap. Snap cap. This is a snap cap. So use of a snap-on plastic cap instead of a screw up. This is screw up cap. Reduces the cost of both material and labor. So summary, codification or cataloging is basically an identification system for each item of the inventory. Standardization supports the fundamental precepts of build to order and mass customization. Unique identification, we have seen the importance of unique identifications of materials. So we know also the various types of coding systems. So by using national standards, it is easier to locate sources of supplies, and in the case of machine parts, the replacement can be obtained easily. So this finishes today's class, end of unit 9. Thank you. Thank you for attending.